Well, hello and welcome to ILoveGay today. And we're in Miami today with an author. We're here with Marissa Alma Nick. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing?
Very good. It was great to be connected with you, and I loved reading some of your background and your history and so forth, but which is quite colorful. We'll get into that. But you have a new book that's coming out, and it's your first novel, correct?
It is, yeah, Rebel in Venus.
Yeah. And so, yeah, tell us a little bit about that. One of the notes that that I wrote was semi-autobiographical. So there must be something juicy there.
There's a few juicy things. It is semi-autobiographical. I mean, as an artist, I've always pulled from my own life, but it is also the story of Layla, who is not me. And it's really, a story about friendship. It's Layla's journey toward herself through a numerous amount of I've practiced saying, the elevator sentence of what is Rebel and Venus about. And when you take 3 years to write something, it's so interesting to, find that perfect, concise moment. But it's a girls' night spent in just going through, both of their lives. It's so much about an awakening towards the self. There is a lot about mental health in there. There is a lot about sexual abuse. And then I very so candidly say things about also sex work. There's an abortion. There's so much on this journey. And what I hope to portray in Layla's story was a journey towards not feeling shame about who she is and the life that she has lived so far.
Yeah. Well, a lot of this kind of stems from what I understand. I mean, you have quite a background. You in the world of dance theater and so forth, but you had to stop a lot of that, correct? And that's where some of the book was kind of born from that and COVID.
Yeah, 2020. So I have been dancing professionally my whole life. I'm 38. I have only once been paid for something else, which was at Starbucks for 6 months. I've always done dancing. But I had a right knee meniscus tear during a performance in 2019, December. So right before 2020 started, which, required surgery and a 6 to 8 month rehab to where I'd also be in crutches, which is something I had never experienced as a dancer. I thought I would fly forever.
Yep.
And I've never had to sit still. And then a couple weeks later after that surgery, my best friend passed away to suicide. And I know the culmination of both those things just forced me into this really intense moment. And as an artist, I didn't have my body, which was the medium that I've always used to express myself. I've always been writing, but it's the thing I've kept to myself, except for a couple friends. And it was out of a need of survival that I started to write this. And it definitely started as one thing 3 years ago. And then when I started to take it seriously and got with an editor, it started to really morph into the story that it is now.
Yeah. Well, you're having a book release event June 2nd, I believe, in Miami. Yes.
Yes. What's so interesting about this whole cycle is I also just had my left knee repair meniscus, which also tore during a performance a few months ago. Not planned. So that the culmination of this book and the process that I've been also physically to have it end this way feels very bookended. So yeah, it's coming up Friday, June 2nd at BooksandBooks Miami, which is an amazing local bookstore that has survived and thrived against all odds.
Yep.
So it was really important for me to find a way to also partner with, a staple bookstore that we have access to my hometown, Miami. And the whole book also takes place in Miami. They say, write what you know. So I definitely did that.
That's excellent. Well, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to have links to both how folks can find your book on Amazon. And I noticed today it was on pre-order. So at least people can get it, can order it and have it ready for when it's released here.
Yes, it's definitely available also for Kindle. And ebook version is, if that's the way you read, that's also ready. There's a couple of paperbacks in Miami at Books and Books now. But the actual release is May 26th. And so it's really, what I love about it happening in May is that it's also, Mental Health Awareness Month.
Okay.
And there's this precipice of suicide that is so present in the story. And again, losing my friend that way, and also nearly losing myself that way.
Yeah.
I wanted to write, and I know this is odd to say, but like a hero's journey for someone who suffers from depression and suicide. Um, and just this plethora of things that's usually layered with so much shame on a person. And so I know the weight of carrying that around was something that I wanted to, that's where like it detours almost from my life, is
Yeah.
what's it like to have someone, you know, feel them full selves and proud of who they are, rather than suffering with, I wish I could be this other way that I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, like I said, I'm going to make sure that we link to where they can find the book, but also all of your social media as well. So folks can pick and choose how they want to stay in touch and continue to follow up with you.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be
But
fun.
no, thanks so much for taking a few moments of your time and sharing a bit of your story with our audience here. And look forward to when the book comes out.
Yeah, thank you so much too. I'm really excited about this, especially like the platform that you have. You know, Layla is super queer, um, and so it's. But I also, you know, I try to. Um, it's not written with so much. The story isn't about someone's queer journey, and so that was really fun for me to play with how it's just sort of a piece of who someone is. And so to speak to my heart, my people, my community, my audience, you know, through these platforms, I think is such a not that it's more important, but it touches me in a different way, you know. So it's something that I really appreciate, that sort of connection too.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I love all this. So thanks so much again. It's good to meet you here.
Thank you,
Uh,
Matt, so much. It was great to meet you too.
take care now.
And it feels